Hello, and welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am 𝗖𝗋𝗄𝗃. So glad you're with me. When you come on, say hello. That's our Workouts for Older Men Live greeting. Welcome, YouTube. Haven't done one of these live videos in a while. I hope you guys are doing well. Always make sure you go to my Facebook page on YouTube because, and that's at 𝗖𝗋𝗄𝗃 page because I'm just pulling out my phone. I'm doing a lot of live videos really early in the morning where I won't do like a formal setup like this over on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you're on my 𝗖𝗋𝗄𝗃 page. All right, guys. So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have, anything that I've posted. Maybe you want to know about my 75 hard challenge. I'm doing that again. I want to make this journey. I want to have some videos of substance, either in the gym or teaching you something every single day. So although I'm on day number 12, right, I think I'm up to, I don't know, day number 5 or 6 with the video production. So that's going to be lagging a little bit because I want to put more effort into that. Hello, Robin. Robin on Facebook. So glad you are here today. Hey, do you guys have any questions? All right, I have a lot of questions, a lot of reoccurring questions. I want to make sure. I know we can hang out. Just thinking about fitness, watching this right now on your phone or wherever you're watching this, whether you're watching in the live or replay version. We become what we think about most. So every time, I come on these lives, it reminds you of what level you want to take your fitness up to, or what questions that you might have. Maybe I'll answer questions from somebody else who's watching these live videos, or I take some of the many questions that get emailed to me or from my one-on-one coaching clients. All right, a lot of things going on. Hello, Patrick. So tell me, how are your workouts going? Are you focused? I always wonder, as I look at my calendar, are you training hard all the way up to these holidays? Are you slowing down already because you're going to have the disruption of the holiday? I know most of the guys will probably answer this question, all right, are really committed, and you're working hard. Now you're going to be working hard through the holidays, and you're not going to miss a beat. But for those of us who aren't quite so active, trust me, just to let you know, if everybody's, typing in, I'm not stopping, I'm going hard all the way through the holidays. Holidays aren't stopping me. There's probably 10 times as many older men who are kind of in between. They're still trying to get going and anticipating this holiday season. They're kind of thinking, well, I'll get going after the holiday season. So if that's you, that's the majority of men, regardless of the posts that you see. I want to help you through the process, though. All right, guys. Patrick, you always have a lot of questions. Patrick asked a question, right? And, workouts are going great. I look forward to them once again. Awesome. You're welcome, Patrick. So to put this all together, to look the way you want, to feel great, to look great, to have the strength, the energy to work out in the gym, for your moods, to sleep better at night. All right. We want to work out. That is something that we can do for an hour or so a day. I don't know, 4 days a week. And we want that to make the biggest impact. All right. But we know, and you've heard me talk about a lot, how important nutrition is. Until you've really felt it in your body, where you had all cylinders working, where you're training consistently, you're training hard, and you're really doing, not saying, I'm doing pretty good in eating. I mean, you're really putting the effort and you're certain in it. Not until you have all cylinders running and for a while do you realize how important nutrition is, no matter how much I say it. And so, again, if you look better than most, you're about 22% body fat. That's far better than most men our age, right? But that's not going to be enough if that's you, for the goals that you want, the way you want to look and you want to feel, you want to sleep, the energy you want to have, the mood you want to have. Got to put a lot more effort into your nutrition, right? To build that muscle, but really to get lean, to show the muscle that you have. So I admire anyone who is actually asking me questions about nutrition. right? Rather than, I'll come back to that. Hey, what's the best bicep routine, or what's the best back routine? Excuse me. So, one thing that comes up is uh, how many calories you should eat, and the caloric deficit, and close you should stick to that, right? And I'll just tell you, that most men don't know, won't track it, how many calories they even eat. So there's no even guide to say should you have more or less. You got to go on this journey. And so a question is a calorie deficit, right? Well, if you eat 1,200 calories a day and you track that, that would be a calorie deficit. But is that what you need to do to reach your goals? Just eat 1,200 calories, you'd be guaranteed in a calorie deficit. All right. Excuse me again. You know, uh, the thing about it is you got to know how much food you should be eating. And it's really an experimentation. Eat as much food as you need to eat. All right. And still gradually lose that body fat and have all that energy and build that muscle. And that's where, could go to an app and it can just suggest some calories. But I tell you, that's when you got to do the work. All right. So, should I eat under my maintenance level? How much under my maintenance level? Well, that maintenance level, you know, if you pick that wrong or you don't know how to maximize that, well, we're all talking about things that really don't matter that much. You might as well just pick a number, eat 1,500 calories or something like that, or just a lot of guys just eat clean. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Somehow, some way, you got to dive into this nutrition a little bit deeper. Doesn't matter if you've been training for 15, 20 years. If you don't look the way you want, I'm telling you, it's going to be in the nutrition, not the training program. But I know that's boring. You heard that 1,000 times and you're still not doing anything about it. So, but again, when you do, when that day ever comes, when you're finally committed, all right, and you got the training on target, you're consistent. Uh, when you uh, have the eating and you actually feel what I'm saying in your body, right? Then you'll say, wow, I should have done this a long time ago. But until that point, I can't get you ready for it. You're going to look in the mirror. You're going to think about your age, your metabolism, and all these limiting beliefs that don't have anything to do with your challenge. Excuse me. Darn kids, you catch everything. I got a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old, right? So Roscoe says, hi, Skip. I have an active job, 4,000 calories burnt a day. How much gym sessions are sufficient to add to my routine? Well, I don't know what your goals are. Yeah, there's a lot into that, when you even track how many calories you burn, like, you're looking on some type of measure. Yeah, that's just kind of a gauge that if you're active or not. Does that equal actual food or calories? It's different, but it sounds like you're an active person. What are your goals? What do you look like? I mean, do you have 20 pounds of body fat that you need to lose? Right? You're trying to build muscle, right? And I'll tell you, I can't give you amount of gym sessions. I can say 6, I can say 5, I can say 4, I can say that there should be an hour or less. I could say that they're 90 minutes, 2, 4. It's really what you put into it. All right. I'll tell you, it's like, I post these videos so you can see how a guy who's done this at the highest level, who's been training for 33 years. And I'll tell you, a lot of guys who don't know, my background or anything, they just see this 60-year-old man and they go, oh, look at those weights. You're going to hurt yourself with those weights, and it's going to bust up your joints and all this kind of things. Now, I know that may seem like them because they're comparing themselves, their joint. I've been doing this for 33 years, and I haven't busted up my joints or anything that they're talking about. And what they don't know is whatever weight seems so monstrous to them, you can see that that's just a fraction of what I used to live. I am smarter. I am training much lighter. I am feeling that muscle because I understand how it works. And trust me, I want to be safe. I'm not reckless out there. That is lightening up for getting older for me. But again, I'm a 6-time national champion. This was my whole identity and the way I earned a living all around the world, right? So I'm not in the same conditions, but just like you, I lighten up the weight. All right. So, but you'll see, is your intensity level on the amount of reps? Because if it's not, that's fine. You might have to do more volume. All right. So use that as a gauge. You train harder than most men your age in the gym. Most men your age don't even train. You're one of the, few older guys as consistent as you are. You want to be that consistent. All right. And uh, gauge you against me. All right. So you don't have to, don't compare yourself to me. It's always funny. Like some guy's a carpenter or I don't know, he's a real estate agent, right? And he may be 60 years old too. And he's been, whatever he says, he's been training for 15 years. Think, why are you comparing yourself to me? You were out doing you're good at something else. I live this and breathe this. Just because we're the same age doesn't mean you have the same level as me. You shouldn't compare yourself to me. But what you're going to need to do is the more intense that weight, that one more, how much do you push it? Look at my face, look at the weight, look at my body, read what you can. Is your level of intensity that level? And I'm not saying it should, but that's how I can get more done with fewer sets, fewer reps per set, fewer exercises, less frequency than you, right? And we all have to measure that out. Yeah. So Wyatt asked, in the second round of 75 hard, what books are you reading for this round? I'll just tell you something. Yeah. Most books that I read, most books are just gimmick. All right. I mean, you can just read the title. Oh, that's a good title. And, you get the whole thing. And it's a very simple concept. And one chapter, maybe 1.5 chapters, and the rest of the book is a waste, right? That's how most books are. All right. And so I'm not going to recommend any books. I'll tell you, if you want to know the books that I've read over my life that I would actually recommend, right? I'll tell you those books. But, there's a book that, because once you start, you got to finish. I'm embarrassed to even mention this book, let alone recommend it. I don't want you to think that I don't want you to waste your time. So as far as whatever books I tell you that I've read through this, all right, I just have to look at the cover, hear what people say. There's a lot of books that a lot of guys are impressed with that. I'm just thinking this is the most simple concept in the world. Why am I wasting my time reading this? I'm not going to tell you that. I don't want you to go out and buy it. You know what I mean? So if you don't hear me talking about the books that I've read, and if you watch my feed, especially on Facebook, you'll see good quotes. I'll post good quotes from reading, but I don't know. I just have a problem. I'm usually disappointed by every book that I read that um that I'm not going to recommend. I'm not going to have you waste your time because I feel I'm wasting my time. And that's how most books are. I mean, I don't know about you. So I'm the skinny type. How can you achieve massive muscle? Well, uh, how much muscle, whether it's massive, not much, or somewhere in between, it's all overload and how you feed your body, and then we take it from there, right? The organizing principles are the same. So does science fiction strike your fancy? Now, part of the 75, there's no science fiction. There's no it's something that's gonna improve the quality of your life, personal development, that type of, or a business book. So, um, and I don't read science fiction anyway. But on the 75 hard, that's not. It's a mental toughness challenge, right? So, you know, um, it's supposed to be something that's going to take your life to the next level. And not saying that science fiction wouldn't, but why does that answer your question? You see what I'm saying? Has that been your experience reading books? Right. All right. You guys have any more questions? you'll see me coming back out here. Let's see, who do we have from? So Wyatt is from YouTube. I'll be doing these more often. Hey, I'm gonna click a link. You know, a lot of guys, they hear this, they get inspired by what I say, and making the connection. Well, what can I do for you to get you to that next level, whatever level you're at, right? What I've done. I make myself available through these live videos. I mean, you guys can text me, call me. All right, a lot of different ways. Um, I have this coaching package introductory special. All right, this coaching package introductory special. I'm going to put the link down there. And so, if you say, hey, you're at the point where what you think you need is a training routine for you, right? Understanding what that even means, an eating plan for you, and then an hour of time where I'm going to explain it, get you going, right? Listen, I call it coaching package introductory special. If you've heard me coach a lot, you wonder how a coach can help you. It's really a minimal investment to get you going, and we can talk one-on-one. So if you love these videos, go ahead and invest in that package. Well, so you love reading, one of your favorite things, but as far as books, is that your experience too? You love every book that you read? Uh, Chris asked, hi, Skip. How often are you hitting each group per week? Well, right now during the 75 hard challenge, at least the plan until I start feeling overtraining is I'm working out with weights every single day, so 7 days a week. So I've broken the body part. So but generally it's once a week is what I normally do. This one during this is going to be a little bit more. Yeah, I understand. All right, guys. So that's going to do it. Hey, if you have any questions, you're watching this in the replay version, welcome back. YouTube, go ahead and post those questions down in the comment section and look for that introductory coaching package that I talked about so I can talk to you. And if you ever want to go through a journey where you know exactly what to do, you understand why you're doing, you can compare it to all the rest. So you really know what you're doing for the rest of your life. And also, um, more importantly, uh, you'll know that what to expect, what kind of gains or losses in what period of time. Right? A lot of times, you may be doing everything right, but it doesn't meet your expectations. The scale, the amount of muscle. It's just because you're not experienced enough to know what to expect. So you could be doing everything right, and you're constantly changing things. So knowing what to expect, is you know, I- is a big part of this process. Is 40-30-30 a good split to build muscle while limiting fat? 40-40 is a good split for all of the above. All right. The macronutrients, uh, they don't need to be as specific as if you're a hardcore bodybuilder that you might think. If the protein is in the range of 30 to 40% of the carbohydrates, and yes, you can eat carbohydrates, if those are in the range of 30 to 40%, if the fat is in the range of 20 to 30% fat, all right, then it'll work for you. All right. It's understanding the food intake, the calories, and the consistency. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men Live. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.